You're looking at Vladimir Trubetskoy, inspired by Philip Vine and Arleigh Burke. The battle rages on. A great base trait for gunboats. We've got Observant Rage, Mortar, Twist and Track, Smoke on the Water, and Unstoppable. And here's our ship, the Okhotnik, which means hunter in Russian. Our only mod is the main battery mod 1 to help the glacially slow turret traverse, common in the Russian lines. We've got 2 smoke screens and 2 engine boosts. The permanent Type 9 camouflage and the beta weekend #1 flag. Don't be jealous. Survivability 12,700 hit points. The guns are very powerful. They reload about 10 seconds and they fire to about 10 kilometers. As you can see, we got the 180-degree turn time down to a manageable level. And they do a lot of damage. And I'm waiting to go to the torpedo section. And the torpedo section, 4.5 kilometer torpedo range. So you get an extra half a kilometer. They're 4x3 and they reload every 47 seconds. So this is basically a torpedo vending machine that floats on the water. Our AA defense is a whopping 7. I think there's 6 total guns, none of which are very impressive. We're fast. We have great rudder shift and a horrible turning circle due to the length of the ship. And our concealment, we are not trying to hide whatsoever, is 6.7 kilometer detectability. There isn't any armor. This screen is just there to be there. So let's go look at some gameplay with carriers of the Hunter Killer Okhotnik, also known as the Murder Sausage, also known by a bunch of other names that I didn't bother looking up. We're on a new map. Everybody get excited. It's the Solomon Islands. Apparently, there was a big fight here during World War II. I don't know how accurate the map is to the actual battle space. As you can see, due to carriers, this is only a 6-on-6 battle. I'm sorry, I'm at the whims of Wargaming's matchmaking, and they gimped us with a 6x6. So obviously that center capture point is one that I don't want to go into right away with my very long, very visible, not very maneuverable cigar destroyer, I guess you could call it. Looks like a cigar. We're going to go to B. And I'm saying, hey, somebody help me out. I'm going to B. And if you look down in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see I'm doing what I always do. Wargaming doesn't reset to HE every time you go to the port. So in the last battle, the last shells I fired were AP, and that's what's in there right now. And of course, because I'm so excited, because I'm recording this, I'm thinking about, am I going to look good? Am I going to crash to an island? Am I going to get seasick and have to stop the boat so I can puke over the side? And there's our twist and track indicator, and there are the hated HE bombers from the carrier. And I just haven't figured out that I've got AP loaded. So I decide to hide behind this little atoll, not from the HE bombers, they're going to be able to see me, but from any ships that might be out there. And they found me, so I'm like, I guess there's no reason to hide here anymore. And those guys look pretty far away, but there's a closer ship in Twist and Track, and the bombers are flying right by me. So I decide to ignore them. And there is and it's Suzuki. I probably butchered the heck out of that. So I set my smoke screen just because I don't want these other ships chiming in and shooting at me. Sorry, Izakazi. I I probably have all those names confused. So I'm hiding behind this rock. We're not getting any capture points. And at some point around here, I realize, hey, I'm not really damaging this guy with my vaunted 130 millimeter open deck howitzer guns. And I'm like, why is that happening? And it's because I'm shooting AP. So he's coming in and he's probably torping. And I'm like, I'm ready for you. And I don't really do a lot of damage. And I launch a couple of my torpedoes. And I'm like, why aren't I doing any damage? And I shoot some more. And it's really underwhelming. And I'm like, I thought the ship smoked other ships. And I don't do any more damage again. And I'm thinking about torping because he didn't torp. And then I'm like, oh yeah, high explosive. Oh no, he got hurt bad. You can set me on fire. I got some more where that came from, Broham. Oh yeah, and you torped and you missed. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, and this ship is that a? I can barely read it. Is that a Montecocoli? No, it's a Marblehead. I have a Marblehead. Really nice ship. I like it. But his aim is off. I set him on fire though. Oh no, you see the evil planes trying to torp me. Not today, cruiser captain. You don't get no torps. And then speaking of torps, I'm gonna torp. I'm gonna torp out 12 torpedoes in the water, and he's turning away, which is very smart. He has me messed up. I don't know how I dodged those, but I'm not complaining. And I think here, I think, well, I might as well straighten back out and see if I can kill him. As you can see, there are tons of bombers all around me. He's missing. I get a citadel and the kill. I'm pretty stoked. I'm dodging. Look at all these planes in the air. They're like, the Okhotnik, we have to kill that thing. I'm still alive. And I see the Langley, a nice, fat, juicy aircraft carrier. So I torp out because I got lots of torps. And I dodge some of his torps. And I get a devastating strike. And I'm feeling pretty great about myself. And I'm bragging on the comms channel. And I forget that he has planes in the air. Oops. And so right now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back into B and cap that out, or C, or whichever one it is. And I'm gonna A, B, C, B. I'm gonna be a hero, and he torps, and I turn too much. Oh, right in the keister. Bad on me. You got me, buddy. Good job. All right. But that's the power of the Okhotnik. We took on a carrier, a cruiser, a destroyer. Half the time we were shooting the wrong shells, and we still killed them all. So as we sink beneath the waves, I was not satisfied. Nope, I had to see some more. But first, I'm going to show you something funny that happened at the end of the match. So it's 2-on-2 right now. They end up killing whatever it is. I hate to say it. Let me put on my glasses, see if I can see the icons. We got a carrier and maybe a battleship left, and the non-carrier gets sunk. And so here's their destroyer. Sorry, buddy. Trying to torp the carrier who gave up. And the first torp salvo totally biffs. And the guy's not moving. And watch, he's shooting him and he's shooting through the superstructure. The second torp salvo doesn't finish him off. And so I had to move to the side here. He's shooting through the carrier superstructure and not even hitting it. And then finally, I guess he hit a wave or something and he accidentally sunk the carrier. So that battle ended. I still saved it, even though we lost. We had 3 kills. We were top of the board for our team. If I had just avoided that torpedo, maybe this could have been a win. So there's that. I wasn't satisfied. I did a back to back because I needed to get that Windrose symbol off of the screen. So we're going into another standard battle with the Hunter. And we're on Archipelago. It is a capture of the base. I am a little more hopeful about this one, hoping that there are no aircraft carriers, because I want to say the Okhotnik is like 2 guys and a slingshot on the back of the boat trying to shoot down airplanes. So we load in. There she is. There's the map. And it's a 5-on-5. I guess 6 was too much. Look, let's be honest, for all the talk about carriers suck and nobody wants carriers on Reddit, clearly people want carriers because this is why you're getting these low people, the low number of people in each match, because each match can only have one carrier. And if they weren't playing carriers, then we'd have a regular 8-on-8 match. So we're cruising off. We're the far right hand side of the map. There are not any ships to our right. So I'm kind of angling a little bit to starboard just to see if I can view what's out there. And I'm thinking that once my guns all get lined up, maybe we can find their destroyer or their other destroyer and make them pay. But the ships that I'm like, you should be here right now, they aren't there. They aren't anywhere. And those planes don't come anywhere near me, and I'm pretty stoked about that because I have a really woeful AA suite. But there's a smoke screen. Is someone smoke screening a carrier at the beginning of a match? Okay. So the bombers, whatever they are, they do find me. They're trying to come for me. So I take what we refer to as evasive maneuvers. And that, I believe, is their aircraft carrier. So I just signaled to the other ships, hey, there he is. And there's some torpedoes. They're not coming anywhere near me. So we're coming around the island. We're like hoping those torpedoes go away. I think that's the destroyer that I was hoping for. The airplane carrier torpedoes are not going to endanger me. So I hit my speed boost because there aren't any ships over here, so I got to get to where the ships are. And the Okhotnik is fast, but keep in mind we're on the far right-hand side of the map in the last row of boxes. So even though we got speed boost on, even though we're a very fast destroyer, we are going to take our sweet time getting there. Yep, so we're still driving and nobody's killed each other yet. But I'm sure they're making very mean faces at each other and speaking very disparagingly to each other. uh, in however they would communicate. They're giving each other the finger. And I believe the carrier comes back up, and I say, "Hey, everybody, shoot at that giant XP pinata over there. He's got planes landing. He doesn't have a smoke screen anymore, and he is running away." And then I see a destroyer. Really? There. I'm sorry. I'm sure this guy was had the best of intentions, but if that's where you're playing as a destroyer, you are setting your team up for failure. Destroyers don't belong back with the carrier. They don't. And so I'm going to run into another ship here. I didn't know he was there until the last second, so I'm reversing and putting out a smoke screen, thinking their destroyer might torp at us. And thankfully, he's pretty quick, so he got out of my way. Sorry, buddy. And I don't know what I was going to do there. Apologize, maybe. I think they took that away. And there's a bunch of torpedoes. And thanks to that collision, we're going to miss them all. And the destroyer and the cruiser are doing stuff, and I'm just checking out how they're capping our base. But they're still Langley out here, and I have to kill him. I have to kill you, Langley. Why? Because I have a lot of guns, and there are other ships here, and I feel I have been denied. And the job of the Okhotnik is to kill things. And so I start killing things. And I want to say I'm helped slightly by our destroyer engaging their destroyer, which leaves me free to lob lots of shots at the Okhotnik or at the aircraft carrier while I crash the island and I get a citadel and a first blood and the kill. And thankfully, because I crashed on the island, I get to back up here really quickly and lob some shots at this destroyer. And I'm going to do that one more time. One more time. There we go. And then I'm like, he's kind of getting out of my range. Should I shoot him one more time? Should I cap the space out? There's still airplanes in the air. Oh, and they're coming to torp me. But thankfully, I hit the accelerator. Not today. And then I'm like, hey, wait a minute. They're capping our base. Let's go help the base. So I say, hey, everybody, help me defend the base. And all my teammates are like, no problem, Okhotnik. You go over there. We'll be right behind you. And I think by right behind me, they meant we're going to stay in the cap circle and try to cap that while you go over there and try to reset the cap and dodge torpedoes from the carrier that I sunk. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to get there in time because my speed boost is on cooldown. And this is going to be a really terrible way to lose. And then I'm going to have to delete this recording. And one of our ships just died, and I really am not happy. And I'm saying, hey, can somebody help me out here? And I want to say, I think some of the carriers, planes that are still in the air, damage the ship there and reset the cap. Because I'm looking for a way to get shots at that destroyer. But then I see the cap reset. So I think they damaged the battleship. So if my aging eyes aren't failing me, I believe that's T-22. Don't worry, I put my glasses on. And so I torp out at him, not fully, just half. And then I start lighting him up because I'm not using armor piercing. And after the last match where I was very embarrassed, and we lost another ship, by the way, and I braked, thankfully, in time, and he went into his own smoke screen. But that's cool because I shot some more torpedoes, and I'm backing up, and I'm reloading. And I want to say, I think right here, I'm like, oh yeah, you got sunk, buddy. But let me start my smoke screen because, I mean, if I don't, this these two other ships are coming at me. I'm going to get destroyed. I want to say that looks like a cruiser. But then New Mexico just can't help himself. He's like, oh, I got to kill the Okhotnik. I got to kill the hunter before he kills me. Does he know that I have really fast reloading torpedoes? I don't think he knows. But he's going to get all of them here. All except for one, which I saved. High caliber, kill. Yep, you got it. And the last ship, the Furitaka, I really want this kill. I'm like, hey guys, let me get this kill. Please. I'm the Okhotnik. I'm a hunter. I'm a killer. I need to get this kill. I set him on fire. I'm about to crash into an island. And my teammates, my pleas fall upon deaf ears. I get a citadel. Come on, guys. Nope. They cap the base. Something I find somewhat annoying because I feel pretty certain that if that had gone on, I would have killed the Furitaka too. And all would have been right in the world. So as the battle ends, you've seen what the Okhotnik can do. There's a high caliber, devastating strike, top of the board, fighting aircraft carriers and sinking them. The hunter, the killer, the Okhotnik.